Let us discuss in this class garbage collection. So, garbage collection in the sense clearing memory when the objects stored in the memory which are not live. So, in other languages like C or C++, the unused data can be uh, cleared by using the delete operator. Whereas in the Java, we have um, two techniques with which the unused data can be cleared from the memory. The two techniques are reference counter and mark and sweep. So in the reference counter, we will have a counter. As soon as an object is created, the counter will be incremented by 1, and as soon as the object functionality is completed, the reference counter will be decremented by 1, such that the memory occupied by the object will be cleared. So that's how the reference counter is used to um, collect the garbage or to clear the memory. In mark and sweep technique, all the objects are marked and they are moved to the end of the at one end of the memory. This process we call it as compaction, and after these the objects in the remaining memory, after removing them, then these live objects are placed one by one location in the memory. So that's how the live objects will be stored side by side in the memory. After their functionality is completed, they'll be removed from the memory, and that particular memory is occupied by the objects which are uh, kept at the one corner of the memory. And there is finalize method which is used. So in some cases we may need objects which are destroyed, may they may need to perform some functionality. So to accommodate this, we have a method known as finalize method, in which we'll be writing a code which has to be executed before the completion of the functionality of a created object. So that block, after executing that block, then only the object will be destroyed. Until that block which is contained in the finalize method uh, is performed, the object functionality will not be completed, and mm, that is how the finalize method is used to. The name itself says that after completing the functionality which is in the finalize method, then only the corresponding object has to be destroyed. Overloading methods. In Java, it is possible to have two or more methods within the same class that share the same name, as long as their parameters declarations are different. So in this case, the method is said to be overloaded, and the process is referred to as method overloading. And this is known as polymorphism technique. Here, let us consider a Java program which demonstrates method overloading. Class overload demo, void test with no arguments, system.out.println, no parameters. Overloaded test for one integer parameter, void test int a, system.out.println a value. Then class overload, public static void main string, overload demo object equal to new overload demo, calling the two methods object.test without arguments, object.test with 10 argument. So here the methods are having the same name, but one method is with no arguments and the other one is with an argument at 10. So here we can say that the test method is overloaded. Static keyword. To create such a member precedes its declaration with the keyword static. When a member is declared static, it can be accessed before any objects of its class are created and without reference to any object. You can declare both the methods and variables to be static. The most common example of static memory is main. Main is declared as static because it must be called before any objects exist. Instance variables declared as static are essentially global variables. When object when objects of its class are declared, no copy of static variable is made. Instead, all instances of the class share the same static variable. So these objects are also called as class variable. Methods declared as static have several restrictions. They can only call other static methods. They must only access static data. They cannot refer to this or super in any way. Let us consider that demonstrate static keyword. Class use static int a equal to 3, static int b, static method, static void meth int x, system.out.println x equal to plus x, system.out.println a equal to a, system.out.println b equal to plus b. Static block static system.out.println static block initialized b equal to a into 4, public static void main string math of 42. Static methods are called without object reference. Static blocks are executed first, then the static methods. So the output of the above program is x equal to 42, a equal to 3, b equal to 12. And this keyword. So when we define constructors, this keyword is used to distinguish the variables defined in the class to the parameters defined in the constructors. Suppose if we have in a class instance variables double width, height, depth, and the parameters of the constructor box double width, double height, double depth, then here local variables are assigned but not instance variables. To avoid this confusion, uh, this keyword is used. Double width, height, depth, box of double width, double height, double depth. So here this dot width equal to width, this dot height equal to height, this dot depth equal to depth. Here instant variables are assigned values.